I don't know if I was that the first time when I sent the text to you, that was the first time you heard about it. But the internet's going crazy about. Did you hear about the 61-year-old man who married his 18-year-old goddaughter?
Not until you texted me, and honestly, I was having like such a nice, peaceful life before you told me that happened.
I mean, oh my God. He's known her, from what I read, since she was 2 years old. And she recently came out on social media pretty much telling everybody to mind their own damn business. Like what, I don't care what you say, like all y'all got with y'all haters with y'all opinions and blah blah. It done, she flashing the ring. It don't matter. What's done is done. We here. We ain't going nowhere. Like she's like, and all I read in that video, in that comment section, was one person's comment that says, "You're 18. You're saying this now," and she was like, "Well, trust me. Maybe it'll happen. Maybe it won't. But it's a good possibility that maybe when you're about 30, 31, 32." You're gonna look back and realize, oh my God, this guy took away like what could have been like my best years. Like you don't see it now. Because
it's so sad because I remember being, 16, 17, 18 and like nothing on this level, obviously. But, you get attention from older guys and you do I remember being that age and just being like, oh, of course, because I'm so mature and this is so flattering, and like taking out how much of a father figure he is to her, which is like, it's a whole other level of like grooming and awful and creepy.
Right.
But like, you don't realize at that age, like I look back on some of the attention I got, and again, none of it was like a horrible or, nothing that I crossed any like legal boundaries, but like starting to get attention from guys who were older than me.
Yeah.
And just being so flattered, and you look back on it, it's like, I was a child. I think everybody can relate to like when you're 16, you're like, no, I'm an adult. I'm hot shit. I know what's up. I'm mature.
You're so quick to grow up.
Like, this is so, because I'm 29 now. And like the idea of even like hanging out with an 18-year-old is just like, oh, no, thank you. Like, I'm sure you're lovely, but you are a child.
Yeah.
You are a literal kid, and I'm sure you're lovely, but like, let alone, dating someone under 20, 21. Like I couldn't even fathom it. And that's not even that massive. And then not to mention the fact that you said it's her godfather, right?
Yeah. Let me see. A 61-year-old Florida man is under fire after Florida. Yeah. That enough said. Case closed, right? Florida man is under fire after news.
61-year-old Florida man. That sentence never gonna end well. 61-year-old Florida man funds orphanage. It's just like never the end of that sentence.
Like we're gonna need an indictment now.
Strap in. Were you having a nice day? Because you just started a sentence.
You're gonna
have to take a turn.
Any case that begins with Florida man, that's your first red flag.
Yeah, the worst superhero. Just the absolute worst superhero. Florida man.
Florida man donates $1 million to an orphanage, and like
it's never that, is it?
Okay, it's like okay, go on. Like your instincts go on. Yeah, and then
do too there.
Then the check bounced, and he then he burnt the building down.
And also his penis was out the whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Oh, but let's see. Florida under fire after news of his wedding went viral for all the wrong reasons. Michael Haugabook is being labeled as a predator after he was accused of marrying Deja Haugabook or Haugabook, Hauga book, B-O-O-K. Haugabook. The books. I'll just Mr. and Mrs. Book. As soon as she turned 18. I think they have a child together, if I'm not mistaken. Deja is almost Michael's goddaughter. Are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Let me edit that part out and put the glasses back on. Also Michael's goddaughter. And
signed 2/3 of the paper.
Right? And the two shared family history prior to their controversial nuptials. Word of the union surfaced online through a tweet claiming that Michael started dating Deja after he dated her mother, Davina Evans, first. So you were the Godfather, you were her mom's boyfriend. No, not like Nala's like totally tuned out. She's like, I'm glad she's not listening to
Nala, aren't you outraged?
Nala, you good? No, she's fine. Let's see if there was any response to this. She says,
oh, I'm sure there's response to this, Chris.
you guys, this girl is 18 and she just married her godfather who used to date her mother. He's 46 or 47, the tweet reads. They have a 2-year-old daughter and he has 3 other kids. He's been dating and grooming her since she was 14. I am sick to my stomach. That's what that one. That's a tweet that came in, but I think she got the dates and the ages wrong at the time because it says that he's 61.
I almost don't even want to like start discussing this because it's just like,
But what you said earlier was correct.
Their whole life, it raises the very awful question of like, at what point did you like decide? At what point did you start grooming this child? And I feel terrible for her because it's like, that's clearly just like emotional abuse and grooming. And, this is someone you should be able to trust and they've completely betrayed that trust in you. It's just.
Exactly what you said earlier.
I guess the theme of this show is like, not expressly illegal, but oh boy.
Not exactly.
Very, very morally icky.
It's crazy though how, let's see, but like what you said earlier was 100% spot on. I mean, it's like a lot of, I saw some of the other comments that I saw online were like, one guy said like, I'm 38 and my wife is 30. We met just like a couple of years ago, like 2 or 3 years ago, and we started dating as we were adults. But anybody that you know especially when they were like a baby or know as a child, will in your head will always be a child to you. No matter if when you're 70 and your children are in their 40s or 50s, in your head they're a child. They're adults. They're grown now, but they're still your babies, your child. So exactly what you said. When did he I mean, no, there is no answer to that question that works, because one person's reporting it was when she was 14. One person is saying it was probably earlier than that. There's no correct answer.
Unless this man had a time machine and somehow went into the future, there's no good answer. There's no good answer.
I mean, and I think one other person's example was, even if he waited the appropriate time or something, like if there's such a thing,
no appropriate
time. Where like he, like let's say for example, where he lost touch with her and then bumped into her when she was like 21 or whatever, in her 20s or something. He still was in her life when she was well into her mind, or like when she was born and all. So in his mind, that girl should always still be a child. Even in his response, I believe in one of his response, he referred to her as a child. Oh my God, just like that other guy. I know you heard about the other guy that talked, that kind of was, he put himself on YouTube and he was kind of defending R. Kelly. Did you hear about that?
No.
There's been so much going on since you were. I won't go into that guy, that one again. That guy's still in the middle of being roasted. Let's just say he pretty much self-canceled. he went on YouTube.
Hit the self-destruct button on that bad boy.
Yeah, I mean, he pretty much goes on YouTube and he says something like, me and R. Kelly pretty much have the same appetite. And you can pretty much tell where it went from there. And he was trying to justify it, but that's what this whole thing reminds me of. He said, while the tweet claimed that Michael was in his 40s, the online claims say a document from Michael's 2014 arrest shows he was 54 at the time, meaning he is now 61.
I don't care if he's fucking 28. Like, you don't date someone.
You knew when they were a baby.
Your goddaughter. You don't date a mother and date a child. You don't date someone the second they turn 18 if you were older than like 20.
If you were waiting for the second they turned 18, you were planning way before that.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah, there's
No, and like I said, I feel so bad for this girl because she clearly has been groomed and like does not understand.
Oh yeah, she's gonna
how inappropriate like this is. Like
there were so many.
He's a father figure, and I'm sure in her head it's like I'm mature, and this person thinks so much of me, and like I'm sure in her brain right now that feels insanely validating.
That need to be grown. I used to hear that word all the time growing up. I'm grown. That yeah. And then when you do become grown, like that, what that another woman said on the comment section was, I feel like it's 100. I've heard of women that said the same thing, that were in similar situations. When I got to a certain age and I realized, I was too young to get married or to be moving too fast, and if I could go back, I feel like those years were wasted. I could have, like, she could be in school right now. She could be. I mean, I don't feel like getting married young is the problem, but to a person who's more than twice your age, 3 times your age, pretty much. This guy, this guy is like on a whole new level of just.
There's no piece of this I like.
Exactly.
There's no piece of this where I'm like, well, in their defense, like it just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, like I said, like no. If he was planning it so the time is so perfectly at her 18th birthday, he's been planning it for years. That's what the cops, I feel like, should look into. Like how long they've been planning this, or he's been planning it, and because it's just 100% grooming, in my opinion. That's just there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, even if the parents signed off on it, or like she got emancipated, or whatever those laws are in some states where you can at a certain age you can legally marry if the parents sign off on it. That's wouldn't be not me, not my son or my daughter. I don't know, no way I would sign something like that. Like, you're 16 or 17 or 18, like, come on, why are you letting a person that's 3 times your age do this to your life? It's weird. Old photos. I don't even know if I would want to. Let me skip down to the end and see if there was any kind of development. Shaking my one person's response, shaking my head. My daddy did this same shit. Left us to start another family with his goddaughter. I was about 9, but I ain't judging nobody though. To each his own. It could be true love.
That is very.
She thinks it. Yeah, she could think it's true love.
Yeah, it's not. It's abuse.
Yeah. They just have sense.
That's all I have to say about that.
Last thing.
It's gonna be an ick for me, Chris.
Our supporters help make all this content possible, so make sure you check out our Patreon page so you can help us bring you the content you want.
Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal. Yo. Turned up on another level. Push the pedal to the freaking metal. I'm turned up just like heavy metal.